Understanding and Practicing Gratitude for Older Students, made by the English Montreal School Board Spiritual Community Animation Service of 2020. As you can see on this graphic, everybody, what we can be grateful for is so many things, hundreds and hundreds of things. Our health, the sun, awesome parents, this moment, my mind, my body, my soul, my community, Mother Earth, clean air, healing, honeybees, the sunrise, the sunset, my memories, teachers, food, work, rest, play, friends. There's so many things that we can be grateful for. So this lesson is going to show you how to be grateful, how to practice gratitude, and how to show it on a daily basis, and why it's so good for you. So what is gratitude? Gratitude is a sense of thankfulness or appreciation for the good in our lives, even when things in life are challenging. You can be grateful for almost anything, and research shows that people who practice gratitude are happier and healthier. Gratitude is an amazing antidote to having a bad day. So if you feel like your day is not going well at all, nothing is working out, everything is going wrong, then just sitting for 1 minute and thinking about the things that you are grateful for, that you appreciate, that you find to actually be still good in your life, okay, and that you're thankful for that, will instantly lift your mood. And so you need to practice gratitude on a regular basis to really create that feeling that, there are things to be grateful for, and to focus on the things that we do have, not the things that we don't have. So do you agree with the following statements? It's not happiness that brings us gratitude. It is gratitude that brings us happiness. Yeah. People say, I will feel grateful and thankful when I have everything I want and need. But that's not how it works. It's the opposite. Once I am thankful and grateful for what I already have, then I'll start feeling happy for what I have. Happiness isn't about getting what you want all the time. It's about loving what you have and being grateful for it. When we focus on our gratitude, the tide of disappointment goes out and the tide of love rushes in. Again, just reiterating that point, that gratitude is an antidote to unhappiness, to feeling unloved, to feeling isolated, to feeling alone. So what are you grateful for? So there's the standard ones that we can be grateful for, right? Our family, our friends, our school, our home, food, nature. Okay, so we can be grateful for all of those things, and I hope that you are grateful for those things on a daily basis. But I think we need to start thinking outside the box a little bit and start thinking about the people, places, things, and other aspects of our lives that we can also be grateful for, that aren't just the more obvious ones. And I think when we're having a horrible day, or a horrible series of days, or a horrible series of months, or even years, okay, going beyond what we have that seems kind of standard, like a home and a family and going to school, okay, going beyond that into a different, a bigger realm of options to choose from, to be grateful for, will give us more to think about and more to be thankful for. So we're going to go through the different categories of people, places, things, and other. If you would like, you can write down on your own sheet the people, the places, and the things and other that you are grateful for besides food, parents, school, friends, etc. So let's start with people. Okay, so I think we forget about, and I'm just going to move my little box here. I think we forget about the people that have an impact on our lives, that make our lives better, that we don't actually meet on a regular basis. So for example, the caretakers at the school, they keep it clean, they keep it safe, and they keep it running. The secretaries at the school, okay, without them, a school is dysfunctional. They make sure all the paperwork goes out, they make sure everything is signed, and they keep the building humming. We also have extended family members. It doesn't just need to be our parents. It can be our grandparents, our aunts, our uncles. It can be cousins of our parents. It can be anybody in our life that really brings us joy. We also have farmers. Okay, all the food that you eat comes from a store, but that's not where it's made. It's made in nature, and there's someone out there who chose to do the job of a farmer. They could have lived in a city. They could have worked in an office building with air conditioning. But instead, they said, no, I'm going to work outside. I'm going to work 8 to 12 hours a day, doing hard labor in all types of weather, because growing food is important and it brings me meaning in life. And so we need to be very grateful for farmers. Sanitation workers, without them, we would literally live in a dump. So sanitation workers are really amazing behind the scenes workers. And then over here we have, we included the essential workers, because even if the essential workers aren't doing anything for us directly, they're still keeping our society going. We have an example here of someone who's delivering food, and then of course we have the doctors and the nurses. So during these COVID times, especially at the beginning, when there was a lot of uncertainty as to what this virus could do to the human body and how many people it would affect, and if it would hurt, the majority of the population, people didn't know. Okay, we didn't know because it's a new virus. But even though most of us were in lockdown and we're sitting at home doing nothing, there were some people in our society that went to work every day. And if they had not gone to work every day, we would not have a functioning society. So I'm talking about the people who work at the grocery stores and the pharmacies. I'm talking about the nurses, the doctors, and all the volunteers who worked in all the different hospitals and the CH LCDs. I'm talking about the sanitation workers, the bus drivers. Okay, all of these people, they kept working despite the risk. And so being grateful for them is a very powerful thing to do. So write down on your sheet all the different people that you are grateful for, that you're thankful for, that are beyond the obvious ones, the ones that go beyond, who you see every day. Think about the people outside of who you see every day. Places. So again, think about places that bring you joy and make you feel really good inside. I mean, we can just say superficially, I'm grateful to have a place to live. Absolutely. But maybe there's a spot in your house or your home that is really special to you. Like maybe there's a really comfy couch, or there's the backyard or the driveway, or maybe there's a park that you love to go to. Maybe there's hiking trails that you love to be on, or a place that you go camping, or the local library, okay, or a local recreation center, a skating rink. Okay, so where are some places in your life, specific places, that when you go there, you feel comfortable, safe, happy, and you have fun? Okay, so think really specifically. So on your sheet, write down specific places in your life that are special to you, that you are thankful for. Things. So it's okay to be thankful for things. Sometimes we tell children that they shouldn't care so much about their phone or their game consoles or what have you. But actually, it's very healthy to say, you know what? I'm really grateful that I have a phone. I'm really grateful that I have a video game console, because these things help connect me to my friends, and they help me connect me to my world so that I can explore my identity. So there's no shame in being grateful for the things that you do have, because remember, gratitude is focusing on what you do have, not on what you're missing. You don't think about what you're missing and how, somebody else has a better phone or somebody else has a better game. You don't think about that. Instead, you think about, I'm grateful for what I do have. Okay, and then there's also some things that maybe we don't think about, like, clean water. That's something we should be very grateful for. Indoor plumbing. We didn't have indoor plumbing up until 100 years ago. That was not a thing. And because we have indoor plumbing, we're able to have really good hygiene now and are able to keep our cities clean and hygienic, which really reduces a lot of diseases that if we had caught, we wouldn't make it. Okay, that wreaked havoc on our societies. So indoor plumbing, amazing one to just say be thankful for. Our clothing, they help us form our identities. Food, of course, our toys, our games, books, movies. I mean, there's so many things that you can be thankful for, and there's no shame in being thankful for your things that you do have. So please write down on your sheet all the things that you are thankful for. Now we get into the other category, which might be things that you might not might not think about as being like, oh yeah, I could be thankful for that. So let's see. So these are the things that are not tangible. They're more the ideas and the experiences and the feelings that you have. So you can be grateful for having the ability to read and learn on your own, to having artistic or creative skills, to having learned something new today, to having a skill that you can that you love and that you can get better at, like playing basketball or being able to do a cartwheel. You can be grateful for having shared happy moments with your friends, for having a good laugh, for playing a game, for feeling included in something. You can be grateful for that, and you can be grateful for your identity. Okay, the languages that you speak, the country you were born in, the food that you prepare for yourself because of your identity, the clothes that you wear, the way that you express yourself. Okay, the way that you, like, you're tall, you're short, it doesn't matter. Like, you're just grateful for being you. Okay, so these are things that we can also be grateful for, and they'll go beyond what we would standard normally be told to be thankful for. So write down on your sheet all the other things, the feelings, the experiences, the skill set, your identity that you are grateful for. So that when practicing gratitude, it's important to recognize that there's differences between being grateful, so gratitude, non-gratitude, and ingratitude. And we're going to go look at some examples. So first of all, gratitude is recognizing the benefit of the person, the people, places, things, or other that you are receiving. Okay, I recognize that being good at basketball makes me feel good about myself. Okay, you acknowledge receiving it. So you say, I acknowledge that I learned to play basketball from my coach, from my parents, that I'm on a team, and that I practice on a regular basis. And then you return the favor. So again, sticking to this example of being able to play basketball, how could you return the favor of learning how to play basketball? Well, one thing you could do is actually play. Don't stop playing. Keep playing. Another thing is that you could teach it to somebody else. I'll teach you how to play basketball. I'll teach you how to get better at certain skills when it comes to basketball, right? Now that's gratitude, as opposed to non-gratitude and ingratitude. Non-gratitude is when you fail to recognize that you're benefiting in some way. You fail to acknowledge that you received some sort of gift or benefit, and you fail to return the favor. Essentially, non-gratitude is that you're just not paying attention. You're not paying attention to what's around you, to what you're receiving, to the gifts that you're receiving, and the benefits that you're receiving. You're just not aware. You're just not paying attention. And then there's ingratitude, which is the actual opposite of gratitude. So finding fault with the benefit that you received, questioning the intentions of the person who is doing you the favor, and then returning the favor with harm. So like payback. So now we're going to look at some examples, and you have to decide which example is an example of gratitude, which example is an example of non-gratitude, and which example is an example of ingratitude based on these criteria that we just went over. So scenario 1, your teacher took their time to prepare a beautiful PowerPoint presentation to complement their lesson in order to help you better understand your lesson. You went home and you told your parents that your teacher doesn't put much effort into teaching. So is this an example of ingratitude, gratitude, or non-gratitude? So I want you to pay attention to the part where it seems like the student's just not really paying attention to what their teacher is doing. They go home and their parents are like, how was school? How's your teacher? And the student says, she doesn't really try. You know, it's like you don't really notice what the effort that's being put into the things that you're receiving. You know, if you go back over here, fail to recognize the benefit, fail to acknowledge receiving it, fail to return the favor. Scenario number 2, your older sibling prepared your lunch, but you think they only did it to be praised by your parents. Gratitude, ingratitude, or non-gratitude? I would think it's ingratitude, because not only are they not acknowledging that they received something, they're reacting in a negative, cynical kind of way. If you look over here, they find fault with the benefit, right? They question the intention of the person doing you the favor. And how would that look, returning the favor with harm? Well, maybe the sibling or the student, you know, the older sibling prepared their lunch and it was very nice of them to do, but instead of saying thank you, they looked at them and said, you only doing this so that you can get, you know, praised by our parents. So it's like you're returning it with like mockingness or meanness, and you're not even accepting or receiving the gift of getting that lunch. And then scenario number 3, when you forgot your class material, your best friend shared their material with you so you wouldn't miss out. After the class activity, you write your best friend a thank you letter to show your appreciation. So this is gratitude. Okay? We see that there is a recognition of the gift. We see that the person has acknowledged receiving that gift, and they have even returned the favor. Okay? They know that they forgot their class material, and they saw that their friend shared theirs with them so that they wouldn't fall behind. And you acknowledge, yes, that was such a nice thing for them to do, to help me, and they supported me. They didn't have to, but they did it. They chose to do it. So I'm going to say thank you by writing a letter. Okay, so this is an example of gratitude. So essentially, when it comes to gratitude, okay, there's a few simple steps to follow. So first of all, notice the gift behind the gift. Okay, let's say someone knit you, you know, a little stuffed animal or something. Did you notice how she knit your favorite animal? Like, not only did they give you a gift, but they also thought about what they were giving you. They put thought and care into it. Think about why do you think you received this gift? Well, someone loves me. Someone was thinking of me. Focus on your feelings. How does this gift make you feel? It makes me feel loved, joyful, valued, etc. And then you do something. Is there a way that you want to show how you feel? So then you could give a hug, write a note, phone call, or simply just say thank you or smile, right? So gratitude is not just about thinking about what we're thankful for and acknowledging it and recognizing it. That's step 1. And then step 2 is to go over like our feelings about how it makes us feel to have these things, and then doing something in order to show the world, okay, or yourself, that you are thankful, that you are grateful for these people, places, things, and other. So we're going to end with this photo, because a lot of the times we tend to find, tend to hear, you know, things could be better, or things could be worse. So stop being so ungrateful. And I don't find that to be a very helpful statement. Okay. Someone comes up and says, I wish I had this, I wish I had that. Reminding them that life could be worse doesn't actually cultivate gratitude. Okay. It might cultivate guilt, make them feel bad for having more than somebody else, which we don't want people to feel bad for. But it doesn't make them cultivate gratitude. Gratitude is focusing on what we have, not what we don't have. So we don't think about the more that we could have, or we don't think about, how much worse it could have been. Okay, we think about the here and now. And in this moment, what can I be grateful for? So we're showing you this photo because we want you to show, like, these are children who live in a part of the world that isn't as wealthy as Canada. Okay, they're wearing very old clothes. They're very dirty, like they have dirt on their clothes. Okay, they live in an area where the buildings aren't very, they're not new. Fences are falling down. There's garbage in the streets, and yet these children are smiling and laughing. So they are feeling grateful. And what do you think they could be grateful for? They could be grateful for the fact that it is sunny and warm. They could be grateful for being outside, for spending time with their friends, for laughing at something. Maybe something really funny happened, or someone said something funny, or they're playing a game. Okay, so it doesn't matter your situation. It doesn't matter where you are in life. It doesn't matter what's going on around you. Gratitude is really just, what do I have right now that makes me feel good? Let me just focus on that. The people, places, things, and other things that make me feel good about being alive right now, and not worry about the other stuff. That is gratitude. And when you practice gratitude on a daily basis, you will lift your soul and you will feel so good about who you are and what's happening. Okay? So please, boys and girls, practice gratitude on a regular basis. Be grateful, be thankful, and I want to say thank you for watching this presentation and for trying to understand and practice gratitude in the way that is meaningful and will uplift you. Have a good day.